pharmacy in your neighborhood.
Right around the corner.
For the show again? Sure they know what they're doing.
They're professionals.
Time for new furniture? Then it's time to save at Chester Furniture Barn. The best selection of furniture at guaranteed low prices every day. Route 10 across from Rivers Bend.
Do we get a bathroom break?
Introducing Captain D's Chicken Pasta Bowls in 3 mouth-watering Italian classics. Try the creamy goodness of our chicken Alfredo and broccoli. Dive into our buttery garlic chicken scampi. Or savor our zesty chicken parmesan, starting at just $3.99. It's a whole lot of Italy in one big bowl. It's Italian, Captain D's style.
Stone.
York's new Affinity Series air conditioning systems are sleek, quiet, and efficient.
Jet black.
And they come in colors as distinctive as you are.
Champagne.
Because people like color.
Terracotta.
The new Affinity Series from York. Get up to $1,500 cashback, or special financing, or extended warranties on select products.
Call today. In Richmond, Blazer Service Heating and Air Conditioning. Serving Richmond, Central York Corporation. Also in Richmond, Lakeside Plumbing, Heating and Air Conditioning.
If you think getting a full serving of fruits and a full serving of vegetables into a single juice is amazing, wait until you taste it. New Strawberry Banana V-Fusion Juice from V8. Don't just live, thrive.
This morning, it will be life in prison. In a surprise verdict, Zacarias Moussaoui cheats death and claims victory. Why was his life spared, and where will he spend the rest of his days? A royal engagement? Will the world's most famous bachelor now pop the question? What's next for Prince William and his sweetheart? And Simon Says, Simon Cowell unplugged on who will be the next American Idol, on his fellow judges, and on who's got the biggest ego of them all.
From Times Square, this is Good Morning America with Charles Gibson, Diane Sawyer, and Robin Roberts.
Thursday, May 4th, Good Morning America. That gets the details out of the way.
And it's good to have you with us this morning. Moussaoui was defiant yesterday.
Indeed he was. As soon as the verdict came down, he yelled out in court, "America, you have lost and I've won," and he was clapping his hands. He's going to have the rest of his life to think about all of this because he'll spend it in a supermax prison. The New York tabloids, there's one headline, and they actually think alike. Here's the other headline. But Moussaoui gets life in prison, and we'll get into that. Talk to a family member who lost her mom on 9/11 a little bit later. And also later, we're going to take you inside the maximum security prison that's going to be Moussaoui's new home. That's ahead.
Also this morning, Vatican controversy. Is the Pope about to reverse course and let Catholics use condoms? How it will affect the world's 2 billion Catholics? We're going to get into that just ahead.
And also Mary Cheney. After 6 years, we meet her, the vice president's daughter, her first personal television interview. What is it to be gay inside her family's Republican Party? And what about the divide of reconciling your personal with the political? Well, she talks about this coming up.
And we want you to take a look at this. A little detour, let's say, on Barry Bonds' road to surpassing Babe Ruth's home run mark. He was socked right in the face with a foul ball while leaning against a batting cage. That's going to leave a mark. We'll tell you how it ended for the slugger in the newscast.
But let's get right to the news of this morning. That stunning Moussaoui sentence today. He'll return for what could be his last day in court. He'll be formally sentenced to life in prison without parole. Jurors deliberated 41 hours over 7 days. We begin with our Justice Department correspondent Pierre Thomas, who has been covering this trial since it began nearly 6 weeks ago and joins us from the courthouse in Alexandria, Virginia. Pierre.
Good morning, Diane. At his formal sentencing later this morning, Zacarias Moussaoui will be allowed to speak, and we expect he will have a lot to say about the surprising verdict.
To some family members of 9/11 victims,
The jury's decision was a slap in the face.
If not the death penalty for this, when?
We bend over backwards to show the world that we are very compassionate. And you know something? This man doesn't deserve any compassion whatsoever.
Others, even some who wanted the death penalty, say they respect the jury's verdict.
We showed the world what we will do to terrorists and that we will treat them with respect no matter how much they disrespect us.
I'm moving on now. This will bring closure to me.
A sentence of death required a unanimous verdict. The jury's decision for life was based largely on the belief that Moussaoui was a low-level al-Qaeda member with a limited role in the 9/11 plot.
3 jurors found that the defendant's role in the 9/11 operation, if any, was minor.
The verdict is a stinging defeat for the government.
Now, in our system of justice, it only takes one juror to oppose or to object to the imposition of the death penalty.
Mr. Moussaoui got a fair trial. The jury convicted him to life in prison, where he'll spend the rest of his life. In so doing, they spared his life, which is something that he evidently wasn't willing to do for innocent American citizens.
The jury's decision against the death penalty came despite the fact that the prosecution resurrected the nightmare of 9/11, including recordings of those trapped in the towers pleading for their lives.
I'm gonna die. Live, say your prayers.
And the verdict came despite the fact that Moussaoui showed absolutely no remorse and even took the stand to declare that he wanted to kill more Americans. Diane?
Okay, Pierre, our thanks to you. And we wanted to explore more about what the 9/11 family members thought, their sharply divided opinions, as you saw in that piece. Joining us from Boston, Carrie Lamack. Her mother was on board American Flight 11, the first plane that crashed into the World Trade Center, and she is one of the co-founders of Families of September 11th, the organization. Carrie, thanks for joining us this morning. I know you brought a picture of your mom with us. I'd love to see it, but I'd most of all like to know, what would she have thought of this verdict?
Well, I think my mom would be concerned about 2 things. One would be her girls, me and my sister, and she'd be thrilled to know that my sister has a little baby, her first grandson that she's never met, named Cole Jude, named after my mom. Her name is Judy. But also I think that she'd think what's important is the best way to honor her, and I think that is to make sure that what happened to her and to 3,000 others doesn't happen again. So that's why when I found out about the verdict, I was actually at the headquarters of the Transportation Security Administration talking to the head of that agency and trying to make aviation security better in this country.
But let me come back to the juror's decision not to give the death penalty. Mayor Rudolph Giuliani said there should be a death penalty. A number of the family members, as we just heard, said, if not the death penalty for this, when? What do you say to them?
Well, I first of all would say that there's absolutely nothing in this country that all 9/11 family members are going to agree upon, except for that the attack should never happen again. And I respect everyone's opinion. And I think what's important for me is that we make sure that Moussaoui not get what he wants, which is to become a martyr and to go down in history as being someone bigger than who he is. And I'm glad that the jury looked at the evidence and realized he's just an al-Qaeda wannabe. And I think he should rot in jail for the rest of his life, which is exactly what he's going to get.
You said at one point what you want him to have is a slow death.
That's true. I thought about last night what I really wanted, and it was a hug from my mom. And I'm never going to get that again. And when I looked at the news and heard that he's going to be 23 hours a day alone, and then the next hour he's going to be outside of his cell, but he'll still be alone, it made me feel a little bit more relieved to think he never gets another hug from his mother again. A question about what happened inside that courtroom. There were 2 different portraits. One was of a guy who was in flight training school planning very dangerous things. The other was of an unstable guy, maybe even schizophrenic, who was improvising a lot of this. Which portrait did you buy? Well, it's difficult. He's clearly crazy. He wants to kill people. Anyone who wants to kill people have to be a little deranged. But he was able to hold it together until the jury left often. He would not spout off or rant until after the jury had left. And that made me feel like he knows what he's doing. And I really believe in my heart that he wanted to be part of 9/11. In his world, it was a good thing that he thought, I want to be part of it. But he wasn't even skilled enough to do it. Remember, the terrorists are the ones who called him cuckoo in the head. And the terrorists are the ones who gave him a one-way ticket out of a country.
So when he left the courtroom saying, America, you lost, I won, what did you think?
I thought he would have said that no matter what the verdict was, because this is someone who wants to go down in history as being something bigger than he really is. And all he is a wannabe.
Carrie Lamack, thanks again for joining us. this
Thank
morning.
you.
Charlie?
Well, Diane Carey mentioned that he's going to spend 23 hours alone every day, and that's correct. Everybody's curious about his punishment. He will spend the rest of his life essentially in solitary. But to give you some sense of where he goes and what the conditions will be, we turn to Good Morning America weekend anchor Bill Weir. Bill?
And Charlie, that might provide some small solace to the family members concerned that he might spend the rest of his life proselytizing from his cell. He'll actually spend the rest of his life in scenic Colorado, but will never see the view. He's being sent inside what is considered the most secure box in the world, a prison with a name that says it all, Supermax. It's been called the Fortress of the Foothills, Alcatraz of the Rockies. A $60 million steel and concrete rock where Zacarias Moussaoui will carry out the rest of his life. Supermax Prison is 90 miles south of Denver and home to the nation's most infamous and violent criminals. Shoe bomber Richard Reed, Unabomber Ted Kaczynski, Oklahoma City conspirator Terry Nichols, and Olympic Park bomber Eric Rudolph. Even the men behind the 1993 World Trade Center attack reside behind Supermax's heavily guarded walls.
These people aren't here because they were singing too loud in the church choir. They committed some very, very violent, serious kinds of activities and actions.
But when Moussaoui joins their notorious ranks, he's still not likely to encounter his fellow inmates. Every prisoner at Supermax lives in solitary confinement.
There's a need to keep them separate from other offenders, not only because they may be predatory, but to keep them safe from other offenders.
Moussaoui will spend 23 hours a day alone in a 7 by 12-foot cell located 60 feet below ground. A cell with concrete furnishings, soundproof double doors, a 13-inch black and white TV that gets only classes on anger management, parenting, and religion. He'll get 1 hour of exercise in a solitary yard, and with a medical unit and even a federal courtroom, there's never any reason to leave.
If you're having problems with isolation, if you're having problems with no contact with other people, this is not where you want to be.
And if Supermax is twice as secure, it's almost twice as expensive. It costs about $36,000 a year to feed and house somebody at that prison. Charlie?
All right, thanks very much, Bill. And we're curious as to what you might think of the verdict. You can log on to Good Morning America, gma.abcnews.com, and share your thoughts on this verdict that was given by the jury yesterday. Robin has the rest of the morning's headlines. Here she is.
All right, Charlie, thank you. The latest news out of Iraq, more U.S. casualties. 2 U.S. soldiers were killed when their convoy hit a roadside bomb this morning. Also in Baghdad, a courthouse was the target of a suicide bombing. At least 10 people were killed as they met with paralegals outside the heavily guarded building. Back here at home, there's a new security warning this morning for mass transit systems. The government's announcement noted 4 people arrested in Europe in the last few months for videotaping subway stations. There is no specific or credible U.S. threat right now. Congress is taking action against gas price gouging. The House has approved a measure that would slap fines up to $150 million on energy companies found to be gouging. Company officials could also be jailed. The bill's future in the Senate is unclear. Health advocates are applauding a landmark deal to pull sugary soda from schools across the country. The agreement was negotiated by former President Clinton and the nation's largest beverage companies. Mr. Clinton told our Bill Weir that the companies were willing to give up market share for the greater good.
You got to give them credit. They understood that putting all these high-calorie drinks in reach of children was making a contribution to the childhood obesity problem.
The changes will be implemented in most public and private schools by 2008. The First Lady appears to differ from her husband on the subject of the Spanish version of the national anthem. Mrs. Bush says she has no problem with singing the anthem in Spanish, noting the U.S. is a nation with many, many languages. And what if you could pay the same price for a postage stamp forever? Well,
3 cents.
No,
3
you can't,
cents.
not retroactive, okay?
Oh, okay.
The Postal Service proposal would let you do just that if you were to buy a forever stamp. It would be sold for the price of a regular stamp, not 3 cents, Charlie, and would lock in that price forever. It may be available next year. And finally, that tough night for Barry Bonds. We showed you a bit of it. The San Francisco Giants slugger hit in the head by a ball during batting practice in Milwaukee. Ouch, babe. It sent Bonds to the ground in pain. He still played in the game, going 0 for 4, so 7-12 and holding for Bonds. Barry Bonds. That's a first look at news at 7:12.
I want to go back to the stamps.
I know. 3 cents.
Charlie will live forever.
When I was a
He can only have a 3-cent stamp.
When I was a kid, it was a 3-cent stamp, but it's now 39 cents. So you'd buy stamps, these forever stamps, at 39 cents. And
Right,
then,
and lock in the price, and that would be it forever.
Because already they're talking about going up to 42 cents, yeah. 42 cents for a stamp. No. Time now for the weather. Let's go to Mike Barr.
It's always numbers, Charlie, always numbers with you. I got my friend Madison here. I asked her where she was from, and she said a big house. Actually, you're from Virginia, your mom said, right, Madison? Yep. There you go. And you promised all your friends from preschool you're going to be on TV, on Good Morning America, and you didn't lie. So there you go. You can tell them when you get back, all right? All right, very enthusiastic. Let's get you caught up on the weather, folks. Another stormy day in the southern plains. Since noon yesterday, parts of Texas and Tennessee have been getting pelted with heavy rain and hail, and it will continue today. Already reports of golf ball size hail near Abilene and winds near hurricane force in Lubbock. Those storms will track from the southern plains north and east to the southern Appalachians. Meanwhile, showers and storms will hit the central Rockies, dumping some snow in the central Rockies there. New England dries out after a couple days of rain and cold temperatures. You not like my hair? That's a brief look at the national picture. Here's what's happening near you.
Good morning, everybody. Beautiful weather out there right now, but we're looking at this system in the center of the country to bring us the chance of showers and storms for the Busch event tomorrow evening, but clearing out now for the NASCAR event Saturday evening. Your forecast today, 77 at noon. Your high today, 85. Partly sunny for your ride home, 83 at 5 o'clock. Maybe a passing shower tonight, 58. Here's your entire 8-day forecast.
8 News Storm Tracker weather is brought to you by Bruce's Super Body Shops, where you can earn frequent flyer miles.
Thank you very much. Madison, time right now, 7:14. Charlie?
All right, Mike, we're going to turn next to the Catholic Church and news of a possible major change in doctrine. There is speculation that the Vatican might condone the use of condoms, not for all, but for some of the world's 2 billion Catholics. Currently, of course, the Catholic Church disapproves of all contraception. And ABC's Dan Harris is here in our studio with the latest on this. Dan?
Good morning, Charlie. Pope Benedict has asked for a study on a narrow issue here. Can condoms be used by married couples when one partner has AIDS? This is a narrow question, as I say, with potentially broad implications.
For decades, the Catholic Church has preached that the use of any contraception, including condoms, is a sin. But now, Pope Benedict has asked Vatican officials to study whether condoning condoms among married couples where one member is infected by HIV may be consistent with the Church's pro-life stance. This debate reaches back to a centuries-old Catholic principle, that of the lesser evil.
Ever since the AIDS epidemic came on the scene, we recognized that what's at issue in this case is not simply preventing conception, but actually saving life.
In Africa, home to 137 million Catholics and 60% of the world's HIV population, the Church's stance against condoms has been criticized. Some church moderates say Pope Benedict, known as a tough enforcer of church doctrine under his predecessor, Pope John Paul, is perhaps the only pope who could force this change through. Catholic conservatives say that is wishful thinking.
According to the Church, contraception is always wrong. It can never be made right. There would be no changing that teaching, as far as I can tell.
Even if the Pope does sign off on allowing married couples to use condoms in the case where one partner has AIDS, no one is suggesting the Church will lift its decades-old ban on condoms. Still, conservatives worry that any incremental change will send a mixed, morally muddled message to the world's 1.3 billion Catholics.
In the end, many conservatives think that what will end up happening here is that the Pope will ultimately use this debate to more firmly embrace the notion that the best way to fight AIDS is through abstinence. Charlie?
So there is a school of thought that he raises this possibility in order to knock it down.
Yes, a trial balloon of sorts.
All right, Dan Harris, thanks very much. We'll take a break, and we'll be back. Stay with us. Coming up on Good Morning America, is Prince William to wed? Is his romantic getaway a preview to a proposal? And Simon Cowell grades his fellow judges on American Idol. Who's got the biggest ego on the set? Simon says.
Enough of the wow factor. What?
I want to go home with Thunderbird.
You will be hunted by angels.
My God, he did this himself in his own blood? This might be some kind of code.
Witness the biggest cover-up in human history.
On May 19th,
Tom Hanks. The Da Vinci Code. Rated PG-13.
There you go. Thanks, Dad. Can you do the door thing?
Oh, here's my breakfast.
Bye, Dad.
The day begins with a great breakfast. The delicious Jimmy Dean sandwich.
It's your thing. Do what you want to do now. Show your style, girl. Do whatever you choose.
Come see the new looks at Pier 1.
Our show was in half an hour.
But with my allergies, I wasn't all there. So I got Claritin Clear. Claritin D relieved my worst symptoms, even my congestion, and I wasn't drowsy.
Nothing works stronger, faster, or longer.
Live Claritin Clear.
Fast forward to flawless hair. Get a head start on curly or straight looks. Introducing Frizzi's shampoos and conditioners infused with styling ingredients that start your style right in the shower. Prep for glossy curls or smooth straight styles right from the start with Frizzi's shampoos and conditioners. And for the best way to eliminate frizz, use Frizzi's hair serum. From the professionals at John Frieda.
To keep you going strong, choose GNC Women's Ultra Mega Bone Density Formula Multivitamin, featuring MBP, a protein complex from milk clinically shown to support natural bone building. At GNC, we believe a quality life starts from within. Live well.
This morning, Tiger Woods is paying tribute to his beloved father, Earl, who died on Wednesday at the age of 74 after a long battle with prostate cancer. Now, Tiger has always said his father was his greatest role model. He met a lot of people in his life, but he always said Earl Woods was the man for him. Even more than that, his father was the architect, the driving force behind arguably the world's most famous athlete. Here's ABC's Carla Wall.
Tiger Woods called his father his best friend, his role model. In an interview 10 years ago, Earl Woods admitted he wielded a bit of influence.
I would say that I have a tib and a tab in there somewhere because of our relationship.
It was an extremely close relationship. Earl Woods was the driving force behind Tiger's phenomenal career. At 9 months, he imitated his father's golf stroke. As he won World Junior Championships and his first Masters at the age of 21, his father was by his side, sharing the victories and the bear hugs.
We hugged. And time stood still. I don't know how long we hugged. But it was beautiful.
In 1998, Earl Woods was diagnosed with prostate cancer. He was treated, but 2 years ago, the cancer returned. Last year, he was too sick to travel to see his son win his 4th Masters.
Every year that I've been lucky enough to win this tournament, my dad's been there to give me a hug. And he wasn't there today. I can't wait to get home and see him, to give him a big bear hug. Thank you.
In a statement, Tiger called his father an amazing dad, coach, mentor, and friend. Carla Wohl, ABC News, Los Angeles.
Earl Woods, dead at the age of 74. A private memorial service for Earl Woods will be held on Friday. And Carla alluded to it, and part of his legacy, of course, will be Tiger Woods. The fact that he, at the age of 30, already 10 major titles, 48, but more than that was the love and friendship between a son and father that they showed to the world. That also will be part of Earl Woods' legacy.
2 things occurred to me last night when I heard he died. Number one, the amount of attention that's paid to the father of an athlete, which is an extraordinary tribute to him and shows how influential he was on Tiger. And 2, in this age when some tennis fathers are being banned from stadiums, and there are fathers pushing sons and daughters in athletics, and he did it just right.
He was not a stage father. He wanted to raise a good human being, not a good golfer.
Yes, he said once that I'm trying to raise a good man, not a good golfer. And, you know, he was a Green Beret in Vietnam. But Tiger said once that he was a softie inside. It's my mom I was afraid of.
No. Oh, when we're thinking of his mom, and we're thinking of Tiger.
Thinking of his mom and Tiger.
We'll be back.
All over America, people are taking the...
Saving you up to 40% on energy bills. You'd think I deserve a little gratitude.
Yuck. I know.
Right now, get up to a $1,100 rebate with Pool Cash and special financing on a Carrier Infinity heat pump system.
Can I hear it for low energy bills? Hey, thanks. Thanks a lot.
Carrier. Turn to the experts.
Call Universal Heating and Plumbing to find out how you can save up to $1,100 on a Carrier system.
Prospect Homes, your first choice in a new home, introduces Spring Creek, a gated golf course community just 28 minutes west of the 288 and I-64 crossroad. Enjoy the good life living on Virginia's newest and finest golf course. Spring Creek offers luxurious homes nestled in gentle rolling hills of Louisa County. It's the home you've always dreamed of. And Prospect Homes offers $40,000 of free upgrades for homes priced below other builders. Get a better luxury home at a better price and just 28 minutes away. For more about any of our great communities, you'll find us at prospecthomes.com.
Swimmingpool.com, the source for backyard design. Make a splash, get inspired, and explore the possibilities at swimmingpool.com. Escape from the ordinary and imagine a whole new way of life right in your own backyard. Outdoor is in, and swimmingpool.com is the place to bring your dreams to life. Design a pool online, find a local builder, locate a local pool store. Swimmingpool.com.
Hey Richmond, Comcast now has more than ever before with Digital Voice together with Comcast Cable featuring on-demand and high-speed internet for less. Now only $33 each when you get all three. Enjoy Comcast Cable with on-demand. Pause, rewind, and fast-forward movies, sports, and more all at the touch of a button. Plus, Comcast high-speed internet gives you speeds up to 6 megs and unlimited local and long-distance calling with Comcast Digital Voice. Call today and get Comcast Cable, high-speed internet, and Digital Voice just $33 each. Now that's Comcastic.
There you go, Chris. Thanks, Dad. Can you do the door thing?
Shouldn't have showed you that.
Come on, Dad.
Guys, there are rules, global rules.
Dad. Yes.
Okay. Oh, there's my breakfast. Girls, have a good day.
You too. Bye, Dad.
The day begins with a great breakfast. The delicious Jimmy Dean sandwich. Real breakfast, real fast.
Good Morning Richmond is brought to you by R.J. Tilley Plumbing and Heating.
This is an 8 News Update.
7:25 right now. Good morning, everyone. I am Gwen Williams. There is breaking news here this morning. A police officer in Chesterfield shot and killed overnight. Another officer injured. We'll have that story in just a moment. But first, let's get a quick check on our forecast now with Matt Gennardo.
And let's talk about that weather. Things are looking good out there right now. 55 degrees in town, 52 down toward Petersburg, looking at around 50 in Ashland. Your forecast for today, sunny skies and a warm one. Temperatures warming up into the mid-80s for your highs. Be about 83 for your ride home. Tonight, maybe a passing shower. Otherwise, mostly cloudy skies, a low of 58. Your 8-day forecast in a minute. Gwen, back to you.
Matt, this morning we continue to follow a triple shooting overnight in Chesterfield County where an officer was killed, another officer injured, and a suspect shot and killed. Our 8 News reporter A.J. Legault is on the scene in Ettrick now with the very latest.
Gwen, we do have some new information to pass along for you. That officer who was wounded in this shootout is at VCU Medical Center in stable condition with multiple gunshot wounds, but we're told his injuries are not life-threatening. Now, I want to take you some video from early this morning. This was shot around 2 o'clock this morning. We're told that officers from Chesterfield County responded to a domestic call at about 1:20. They began talking with the suspect inside the house when I'm told the suspect pulled a gun and opened fire. His first shot hit and killed a Chesterfield police officer, and then a shootout ensued between the second officer and the suspect. Lieutenant Colonel Andy Scruggs with Chesterfield Police describes what happened next.
Anderson pulled a weapon and shot at the first officer, which was a fatal shot. The second officer engaged him in a gun battle. They exchanged shots back and forth.
The second officer was able to subdue the suspect after both of them were hit multiple times. I'm told he was able to get handcuffs on the suspect while he was injured. Other officers then arrived on the scene. Now, the investigation is still underway at this point. We do have an identity on the suspect who was killed in the shootout with police. His name is William Anderson. He's 34 and lived on Light Street here in Redrick. He died at the scene, as did the first police officer. Now, Chesterfield Police tell us they expect to have crews on the scene throughout the day investigating, trying to continue to piece together the events that led up to this triple shooting that resulted in the death of a Chesterfield officer. Reporting live in Chesterfield County, AJ Legault, 8 News.
7:27 now. Check on traffic in a moment.
Of all the investments you can make, the wisest one is in your own home. It pays dividends every single day. With a new kitchen or bath from R.J. Tilley, your life is better every time you make a cup of tea or shampoo your hair. Oh, sure, it improves the value of your home, but more importantly, it improves the quality of your daily life. Isn't that what money's for? If you've been thinking about it, make the decision. R.J. Tilley, the joy of a new kitchen or a new bath or both. We can fix that.
Light 98 makes you feel good all day at work. Richmond's Light 98.
Hi, I'm Mike Rowe. Did you know that every Epic pharmacy is independently owned? As owners of their own stores, Epic pharmacists don't answer to corporate headquarters. They answer to you. And when a prescription goes into your hands, they know it goes into your home. That's why you need a pharmacist you can trust. Because you may not spend a lot of time thinking about your prescriptions, but your Epic pharmacist does. Call 1-800-965-EPIC for the independently owned Epic pharmacy in your neighborhood.
Right around the corner. 7:29, no major backups or delays to report on our interstates this morning, but let's take a look at a couple of accidents. Southbound Chippenham Parkway at Route 10, this is still active. Also Belmont Road near Chippenham, also still active, so be on the lookout for those. I'll have another update for you, 8:25, Matt.
A summer-like day today, temperatures climbing up to around 85 degrees with partly sunny skies. Now tomorrow we'll be looking at some extra clouds, maybe some showers and thunder showers just in time for that Busch Series event, but we clear it out early Saturday morning and get the sunshine out for the NASCAR event.
All right, we'll continue to follow that breaking news out of Chesterfield for you at 7:56. See you then.
Bye-bye.
Annie at the Landmark Theater, May 9th through the 14th.
American Idol, and then there were 4. The latest contestant to be voted off Wednesday night. Who was it?
Paris.
Yep.
Paris Bennett, only 17 years old. Her grandmother is Ann Nesby, a Grammy winner, soul gospel singer. And so she was early on considered one of the favorites, but now there are 4 left.
Yep. And later on, we're going to have Simon Cowell with us. He is the most outspoken man on television, arguably.
You think?
I do. And he's going to sound off on the final 4 contestants. Also, this family feud that seems to be going on among the judges and Ryan Seacrest. Watch out. He'll be with us.
Now, could there be some tension on that set?
No. Keeps you up at night, doesn't it, Charlie?
It does indeed.
Yes.
It's Thursday, May 4th, 2006. Sawyer, Gibson, Roberts, all here. We got a good half hour coming up.
Also ahead, yes, a preview of my wide-ranging conversation with the Vice President's daughter, Mary Cheney. It's her first personal television interview. She's going to talk about the moment she told her parents she was gay, also the high wire of reconciling her personal life with the politics of this administration. And you'll get to see some of what she has to say.
Also, if you were watching Lost last night, you know 2 of the castaways killed off last night in the final moments. But these were 2 characters who were both having some troubles off-screen as well that you may have read about in the papers. And you wonder if the problems off-screen may have gotten them killed on-screen. We're going to talk with one of the ladies who was... What?
We've just gotten them killed on screen. Sounds a little radical.
Anyway, we're going to find out. We're going to talk to Michelle Rodriguez, and well, we have the deleted scene that you haven't seen from Lost as well. All that's coming up.
Also later, Terry Hatcher, more from the, she's not so desperate. She's not a desperate housewife. She opens up about her dating life, her daughter, and what really happened on her honeymoon. She'll talk to Diane about that later.
She says you are a desperate dater, though, when one of your prospective dates gets arrested while he's on the phone making a date with you.
Yeah, that's not a good sign.
That's how bad her love life has been. But first,
we're going to start this half hour with Love in the Air. There are a lot of rumors running around London about the world's most famous bachelor, Prince William, and will he be a bachelor for long? This morning there are new photographs from his vacation with his girlfriend Kate Middleton, and that fan speculation that there could be a royal engagement in the works. Kate is a commoner. The two met in college. Now the couple is on the ritzy Caribbean island of Mustique. So, is Prince William about to pop the question? We begin with ABC's Nick Watt.
Kate made her bikini debut this week, splashed across British front pages after rumours of an impending engagement. The shots will appear in the US in People magazine, which hits newsstands Friday. Another long lens scoop for Britain's notorious paparazzi, taken off Mustique in the Caribbean, a fiercely private playground for the rich and famous. Rock royalty and a few British royals as well.
They were offshore when the photographs were taken. They were on a yacht. The sea belongs to God, so there's nothing anyone can do about that.
The palace can try to persuade photographers not to follow the royals on vacation, but legally there's very little they can do about it.
Yes.
Photographers and rumours of marriage will follow Kate as long as she's on the arm of the future king. The British press speculated William might pop the question on vacation. So far, he hasn't. Harry's girlfriend Chelsea is also chased by the press.
She's a young, sort of funky-looking chick, and Kate is sort of more sophisticated-looking.
Perfect royal wife material?
I think she's perfect royal wife material.
The same paparazzo who snapped Kate and William this week made his name photographing Princess Diana. Remember, demure Diana thrust into the public eye by Prince Charles's marriage proposal, then rarely out of the spotlight the rest of her life. For Good Morning America, Nick Watt, ABC News, London.
And joining us from live outside Buckingham Palace is royal watcher Robert Lacey. Robert, always a pleasure to have you here. Good to see you again. I know
Charlie.
I know the British press is buzzing with this, but the key people, of course, in London are the bookies. And I understand they've made it 10-1 against his proposing on this vacation. So it's still a long shot, right?
Yeah, sorry, Charlie, I'm not really a betting man, so I don't know if against is a good thing or not. But if I were to put money on it, I'd say there's a very strong chance they'll get engaged this time next year. It's really a matter of him completing his military training. I don't think there's any doubt now that he's decided Kate's the one for the time being, at least. I mean, they live together at university, as Nick said in that last report. As Ingrid said, she's proved herself royal wife material. So I think next year we'll see either an engagement or perhaps the whole thing off, but I don't think he's going to go on living with her after that.
The interesting thing about this is really his first love, isn't she?
Well, yes, and Harry's got his first love, and those of us who are older and wiser and more cynical might say he's investing a lot in it. But of course, what's interesting from the royal point of view is the very opposite of his father. His father played the field for 7 or 8 years, seen candidates, ladies and princesses, unseen candidates that he romped with like Camilla, and what was the outset? A failed marriage. William, I think, is much more determined and decisive than his father. He has, after all, tested Kate, to put it cynically. She seems to be measuring up. So I would vote for him going for it next year. We got a royal, we'll see you here on the Mall, Charlie, for a royal marriage.
He's a very media-savvy young man. And this is a very private island where he's vacationing. And you wonder, since they sort of made themselves available for paparazzi with long lenses, if he didn't know these pictures were going to be taken.
I think you're absolutely right. Yes, Mustique is as hermetic as anything can be these days against the paparazzi, but William knows well that once he went off to the waters which belonged to God, as Ingrid said, then he was fair game. And it's very interesting, a few months ago, he chose for a farewell holiday before he started training to go to Switzerland with Kate, where he knew he would be photographed, not to a private retreat. And I think that was a statement to the world and a statement to Kate that she matters and he wants to show her off in public.
So some very interesting hints from the man who would be king. Robert, I understand you're not a betting man, but we'll follow up to see whether indeed a year from now he is engaged. And maybe you'll get the 10 bob that you can win from a bookie or something. All the best. Thanks for being with us. The new People magazine photos, by the way, hits the newsstands tomorrow. That magazine has those pictures of Prince William and his young lady, Kate Middleton. Time now for the weather and Mike Bars.
Good morning, Charlie. Good morning, everybody. Let's get you caught up what's going on out there. First of all, we'll start off in Texas. I want to show you some video yesterday of Tarrant County, Texas. This is in the Fort Worth area, and this is Meacham Airport. 69-mile-per-hour winds tossing planes around. Also knocked down a few trees on the houses in the area. No injuries were reported, but more storms are in the forecast for today. Nationally, it will be nice and pleasant in the northwest. Look for some showers and snow around the central Rockies. Hail and gusty winds will dominate the plains from Texas to Oklahoma. Tennessee will even be affected by this. A hot, dry day down in Florida once again, and New England gets a break from all the recent rain and cold. That's a brief look at the national picture. Here's what's happening near you.
Good morning, everybody. Beautiful sunshine out there. 77 at noon, 83 at 5 o'clock. Your high today in the mid-80s. Maybe a passing shower tonight, 58. Tomorrow, some sun with clouds, late-day showers and storms clearing out for Saturday.
And this portion of the weather brought to you by Werther's Original Candies. Charlie?
All right, Mike, when we come back, an exclusive interview with the Vice President's daughter, Mary Cheney. How did she tell her parents she was gay, and how did they respond? That when Good Morning America continues.
Here at the home of Werther's, we make our smooth, creamy caramel with real butter, fresh cream, and a century of tradition that we're proud to hand down to you. Werther's Original, hard or chewy, the world's favorite caramel.
Check out the latest beauty craze. Introducing Color Boosting Glaze from Nice and Easy. Use it when color starts fading away. Glaze can refresh color and boost shine in between colorings. There's no mixing. Just apply, take 5, and watch your color come alive. It works with any brand of hair color. You used to get glazing only in salons. And now it's from Nice and Easy. See color fade coming on? Glaze it up with brand new Color Boosting Glaze. New from Clairol.
Breathe in, breathe out. Restless, waiting for anything. So come on, come on, come on now. Let's go, let's jump right in, screaming to the wind, feed the fire within. I can't ignore this burning in my soul. Come on, baby, let's go.
There's a car company for people like that. Ford. Bold moves.
Once in a long while, a movie comes along that makes you believe. Critics are calling Aquila inspirational, uplifting, just like Rocky. 4 stars. Aquila and the Bee. Rated PG. Now playing everywhere.
If you have Medicare, you're well aware of the new prescription plans. Still, at CVS Pharmacy, we know how hard it can be to figure out which plan is right for you. But don't worry. We accept all these plans, including the AARP Medicare RX plan and Humana, with the same low prices as any other pharmacy. And our pharmacists are always ready to take the time to help you determine which plan is right for you. Come in and talk to us. We'll help you find out which prescription plan is right for you.
Who can grow a spectacular garden? Now, everyone can. With Miracle-Gro Shake and Feed plant food. A few shakes is all it takes to feed plants continuously for up to 3 full months. The perfect food, the right amount. It's the mistake-proof way to grow plants twice as big. Guaranteed. You don't have to be a great gardener to have a great garden. All you need is Shake and Feed.
When we started Direct over 14 years ago, we knew we wanted to be different. We knew we had to save people money on their auto insurance every day. We've done that, and we'll always do that. What do we mean when we say direct? It's simple. You're buying directly from the source, straight from the company. We don't use middlemen. Our agents are salaried employees. That's direct. That's how we're able to save you money on your auto insurance.
Save a lot of money when you buy direct.
Mary Cheney is the daughter of Vice President Dick Cheney, and she says she was a junior in high school when she decided to go to her parents and tell them she is gay. Well, for years now, she and her partner, Heather Poe, have been cherished members, a full cherished couple inside the Cheney family. But she has written a book called Now It's My Turn, about living in 2 worlds, the family on one side and then being attacked by all political sides on the outside. Coming up now is a preview of her first television interview in which she talks about the moment she told her mother what she says she had known since she was in her early teens. And when you told your mom, heart pounding?
Yeah, probably a little bit. And it took a few minutes for Mom to understand. Her initial reaction was, "Your life will be so hard."
Tears?
Yes, tears. She burst into tears and gave me a hug. But once I explained to her that it would actually be harder for me to lie about who I am, she came around pretty quickly.
Did she say, could we wait and see if this is for sure?
No, there wasn't anything to wait for. I knew that I was gay. There wasn't really anything to wait for.
But what is it to be Mary Cheney inside her parents' Republican Party? A party that says homosexuality is incompatible with military service? If you went to your dad and said, do something about gays in the military, do something about Don't Ask, Don't Tell, what would he say to you?
I wouldn't do that. My dad knows my position on gays in the military.
But is it hard for you when he has taken positions that you really think are wrong?
It is, and we discuss and debate them. Dinner time can always be an adventure at the Cheney house. But those are always private discussions.
Adoption? President Bush, March 22nd, 1999. I'm against gay adoptions.
I'm not against gay adoption.
Is your dad in favor of gay adoption?
You're going to have to ask my dad that one.
If your dad were not vice president, would you be in this party?
I don't tend to like hypothetical questions.
Would you be supporting President Bush?
If my dad were not on the ticket, in the 2004 campaign, you bet.
By the way, we did call her dad about gay adoption, and tonight you'll hear what President Bush did that made her think about quitting the campaign, and also what her very Republican father did when she told him that she is gay. The full interview with Mary Cheney tonight at 10 o'clock, 9 Central on ABC's Prime Time. And by the way, on Monday, Mary Cheney will join us live on Good Morning America. Send us your questions. It's now 44 minutes past the hour. Coming up next, that shocking episode of Lost last night. The castaways killed off. We'll talk to Michelle Rodriguez. The secret scene you didn't see.
You must be Mr. Eberhard.
This Friday,
I got something really cool to show you.
Hey, little guy. The book that has won numerous literary awards.
We're bulldozing today. What about them abs?
With over 95 weeks on the bestseller list, finally comes to life.
We gotta stop this construction once and for all.
Critics call Hoot a winner.
Why do you want to get mixed up in all this?
Somebody's gotta stick up for them.
A wonderful, heroic adventure kids and adults will treasure. Hoot, rated PG, featuring music by Jimmy Buffett, directed by Will Schreiner. Starts Friday.
Slim Fast Optimal Hunger Control Shakes. Richer, creamier. Now with a new protein blend. So it controls your hunger. Up to 4 hours. Slim Fast Hunger Control Shakes. Hello, control. Goodbye, roll.
Ma'am, you don't have it, do you?
I do. I have it. Just
Mind stepping out of the car, ma'am?
cool. Mom's going to jail.
I'm State Farm Agent Bob Cottle, and this is a true story.
I didn't have proof of my insurance.
You know you're supposed to have that with you at all times, right?
Yes.
I didn't want her to have to go to court.
He brushed it right over. He came to the scene. I couldn't believe it.
You know, with that kind of service, maybe I should switch my insurance. Great service and great rates. You can get it all from State Farm. Let us prove it to you. Talk to an agent today. Like a good neighbor?
State Farm is there.
If you have indoor or outdoor allergies, ask your doctor about something different. Singulair. While many allergy medicines block histamine, Singulair works differently by blocking leukotrienes, an underlying cause of allergy symptoms. And Singulair is approved to help relieve both indoor and outdoor allergy symptoms for a full 24 hours. Side effects are generally mild and vary by age and may include headache, ear infection, sore throat, and upper respiratory infection. Singulair, a different way to treat indoor and outdoor allergies.
Ah, the hearts of gold chicken. Deborah used to say I have a heart of gold because I'm a vegetarian. I'm not a strict vegetarian. I eat beef and pork and chicken. Yeah, semi-veg.
The race is on for best display at Food Lion's Winner's Circle celebration, and race fans will enjoy even greater savings on all their favorite racing brands. That is some cup of coffee.
1 sugar or 2?
Whoa, what a wipeout. Unbelievable. Don't miss the excitement of even greater savings on all your favorite racing brands. Hurry into Food Lion today.
Hey, can I have your autograph?
Sure can.
So come to Food Lion, where race fans shop for groceries.
Your dream home is now a reality. Backed by popular demand, Ryan Homes, Richmond's #1 home builder, is offering 50% off options up to $50,000 when you purchase a single-family home and 50% off options up to $25,000 when you buy a townhome. There's never been a better time to buy a Ryan home. So what are you waiting for? Don't miss this incredible offer, available only until May 21st. Ryan Homes, welcoming families home for over 50 years. Visit us today at ryanhomes.com.
All right, last night on ABC's Lost, not kidding, surprising, shocking end. There was also a steamy love scene. It was nice to know that they, who knew?
Have a steamy love scene, then you get killed.
Two of the show's main characters were killed. It's a little rough, but take a look.
I'm sorry.
For what? Michael?
You can look now.
Can I come up? Michelle Rodriguez, who plays the tough ex-cop, who met her unfortunate demise, and we couldn't even watch. I was watching it last night, and I didn't know.
Look a lot better.
Yes, you've made a remarkable recovery.
I know. I said to them, can you go to them and say, let me just paddle off? You don't have to do that to me.
But all people, Michael to have done that to you.
Yeah, well, desperation makes one do strange things.
Oh.
But you have this steamy love scene, and then you get whacked.
Yeah, that was pretty hot, wasn't it? I haven't had a scene like that since Fast and Furious.
I was just glad to see after 2 years on the island that somebody finally had some hormones raging. Sorry.
How long in advance did you know that you were going to be leaving the series?
It was planned from the beginning. I have to. Yeah.
Oh, it was?
Yeah, it was planned from the beginning. I feel bad because I didn't even tell the cast members.
What was happening?
So you knew long in advance?
Yeah, I knew when I signed on because that was pretty much the plan. It's like...
Your contract ends at some point.
Yes. It's mostly because, you know, it's just a move that I'm making in my career, you know.
Well, there's been a lot of publicity about the fact that you've had some off-screen troubles. And, and the DUI conviction, and that you're sure that did not have anything to do with what happened on screen.
No.
Okay,
not
sure.
at all. Yes,
Sure.
I'm positive about that. My contract will agree
How's
with
everything
what I'm
going
saying.
for you on that?
You know, it's tough because you know it's a learning experience. You know, I mean, it's like time to grow up, kiddo. You know, you're not a little rugrat anymore, and you can't. You know, you have to be an adult about things, and that's pretty much the situation, and I'm handling it.
Deleted scene from last night. I want to show this. Let's take a look.
I miss my bathtub.
I miss my hog.
You had a motorcycle?
No, I had a potbelly pig. His name was Chester.
I miss music. The perfect song, you know, that matches your mood.
Dude, there's a whole record collection at the hatch. Let's go.
Well, there's also a prisoner down there. It's kind of a mood killer, you know?
Yeah, good point.
Hey, Harley, will you excuse me for a minute? Thanks.
And she goes down to the hatch, Cynthia does, Libby, and also meets her
Poor guy
demise.
does all that running, and then they take the scene out of the show. It didn't look easy for him
And takes
to
his
do all that
girlfriend off of the show.
that's right.
So you got any dirt? Anything good? I want to know what's going on. I'm
See,
obsessed with
this
this
is
show.
the thing, you know? Well, maybe off camera I'll give you a little
Oh, come on.
Ooh, lucky
I died.
Anyway,
Great to have you.
Simon Cowell, everybody. Simon Cowell
Next half hour.
Last fall, I moved into our dream house, and my allergies acted up. I tried to cover everything. I even took down my curtains. I don't recommend it. My doctor said that I developed new allergies. Where? My basement? Who knows what's down there?
Are your allergy symptoms worse than before? You may have developed new allergies. That's why it's important to discuss all your symptoms with your doctor. He may prescribe an allergy medicine like Zyrtec. He may also suggest simple changes like using a dehumidifier. Zyrtec is the #1 prescribed allergy medicine in the U.S. Ask your doctor if Zyrtec is right for you. It's approved to treat both indoor and outdoor allergies and even treats itching due to chronic hives. Zyrtec's most common side effects in adults include drowsiness, tiredness, and dry mouth. Lots of allergies, just one Zyrtec.
Now I look back and I go, what was I thinking?
The skateboard went phew.
I went bam! I tried to stand up and I couldn't. I can't work. I'm like, who's gonna pay for college now? It's a good thing we had the disability insurance.
Mutual of Omaha.
It was impressive.
Begin today.
Hey, what are these?
Hello? Cheese that goes crunch?
Crunch! Ooh.
Dad, there's a squirrel in the car.
As long as it's on your mom's list.
Summer starts here with Cheetos Snacks at Walmart, and Over the Hedge starts May 19th, rated PG.
Not nearly enough dogs. Hammy?
Got it, RJ! Hot dogs!
Enough for a crowd!
Where's Hammy?
Hi! Summer starts here with Oscar Mayer Beef Franks at Walmart, and Over the Hedge starts May 19th, rated PG.
Walking in the sunshine, sing a little sunshine
Magazine, $3.49 on MasterCard Pay Pass. Always having time for a quick pit stop. Priceless. Introducing MasterCard Pay Pass, the faster way to pay. Just tap and go.
All right, well, let the vacation begin.
That's right.
Awesome.
Don't get stuck with the wrong hotel. Send in the experts at Hotels.com and get the inside scoop on over 25,000 properties with virtual tours, side-by-side comparisons, and even customer reviews. So log on or call now.
Get down from there!
Hotels.com. We know hotels inside and out.
It roamed the halls at night, casting its frightening shadow over the den and the living room. It was the puppy with the full bladder. Her only hope was new Spot Shot. Spot Shot has 4D cleaning power to attack those stains, even the old ones. It cleans, deodorizes, protects, and can even take on the girl with a million markers. Spot Shot. What stain?
After serving the Richmond area for nearly 40 years, it all has to go. Jordan's Fabric House on Hull Street is liquidating its stock, and that means saving 30 to 60% on all inventory. Thousands of bolts of first quality material, over 100,000 yards of fabric. It all has to go. Jordan's Fabric House is clearing out, and their loss is your gain. Don't miss out on this huge selection of decorative fabrics and accessories at up to 60% off. Jordan's Fabric House, 5725 Hull Street Road.
Good Morning America is brought to you by Hotels.com.
Tonight, 8/7 Central, the inventors fight to make the final four.
Everything is on the line for me.
All leading to next week's grand finale, where you decide the winner.
This is destiny.
All new 2-hour American Inventor. Tonight, 8/7 Central, only on ABC.
Tonight, 2 young girls attacked by a madman with an axe. 30 years later, primetime's there. Cameras rolling as one victim sets out to find the haunting truth about her attacker. And what she finds, you won't forget. Primetime, tonight at 10/9 Central.
This is an 8 News Update.
Good morning, everyone. I am Gwen Williams. It is 7:56. We continue to follow breaking news at this hour out of Chesterfield County. One officer is dead and another officer injured after a triple shooting overnight in Chesterfield. This is where it happened, in the 3700 block of Toddy Street. You see it here on this map. It's just off of Chesterfield Avenue, very close to Virginia State University there in Ettrick. Our AJ Legault is on the scene now with the very latest information. AJ?
Gwen, details of this police shootout are continuing to emerge this morning. As you said, one officer is dead and his partner is at VCU Medical Center with multiple gunshot wounds. Now, we want to take you to some video that was shot directly after this police shootout early this morning. And we're told that officers responded to a domestic dispute shortly before 1:30 this morning, and they began talking with a man now identified as 34-year-old William Anderson. Now, investigators tell us Anderson suddenly pulled a pistol and opened fire. His first shot killing an officer. A gun battle then began between the second officer and the suspect. Both of them were hit multiple times. William Anderson, the suspect, fatally. Now, neighbors tell us they heard as many as 10 gunshots. The wounded officer was airlifted to VCU Medical Center, where I am told he is in stable condition with non-life-threatening injuries this morning. Investigators tell us they're still trying to determine why the man opened fire on police. And we'll continue to keep you up to date with the very latest as it becomes available. Reporting in Chesterfield County, AJ Legault, 8 News.
All right, going to look at some sunshine today. Temperatures into the mid-80s for your afternoon highs. Kind of breaking that down for you. 77 at noon, 83 at 5 o'clock. Now, real quick, tomorrow, mostly cloudy. Evening showers and thunder showers. Drying out, though, for the NASCAR event on Saturday.
More information on the officer shooting coming up at 8:25.
8 News Storm Tracker weather is brought to you by Bruce's Super Body Shops. You don't pay more at Bruce's, you just get more.
Bathroom is still life? How about bathroom as real life? Moen. Buy it for looks, buy it for life.
The best-selling passenger car brand in America just got better with 4 incredible new vehicles. The new look of Camry, America's best-selling car. The bigger RAV4 with an available V6 and third-row seating. The much-anticipated Yaris, designed with style and priced around $13,000. And the hot new FJ Cruiser, offering the true off-road experience with looks to match. Check out the ride of your life at your Toyota dealer. Toyota, moving forward.
From its rich history
to its exciting shops and restaurants
to its recreational activities, the historic Richmond region is easy to love.
If your organization is planning a convention or annual meeting, recommend Richmond.
You can earn money for your local chapter.
You'll be providing valuable tourism dollars to the region.
The Richmond Convention Center and Visitors Bureau has event specialists who'll make it easy.
They will help with everything from booking meeting space here in the new convention center to hotel reservations and transportation. So recommend Richmond.
For information, call the Richmond Convention and Visitors Bureau.
Here's something you don't see every day. The inside of the most comfortable recliner built, thanks to its strongest frame construction, total lumbar support, and a patented mechanism allowing for the most reclining positions. And with prices now starting at just $2.99, it's plain to see when it comes to comfort, all recliners are not created equal. The one and only Lazy Boy recliner. Hurry into a Lazy Boy Furniture Galleries near you.
Come on in to Captain D's, where you're always welcome aboard.
Well, there is a house fit for a man who has about $80 million, right? Simon Cowell, coming up, he lets us make a house call, and the outspoken American Idol judge will tell us what he has to say about the alleged feuds among his Idol colleagues and who he says has the biggest ego of them all. As we say Good Morning America again, it is Thursday, May 4th, 2006. Welcome back.
And we'll get the news of the morning as well. The verdict in the Zacarias Moussaoui trial surprised a lot of people. He is being formally sentenced this morning. The sentence will be life in prison, and we'll get the details on that. He's going to speak out in court this morning.
And also coming up this half hour, we have a new series for you, Hiding a Huge Secret. We're going to meet the White House staffer who had $20,000 in credit card debt. She hid it from her family, she hid it from her friends, her bosses, how she finally got the help she needed. And also Terry Hatcher is going to be back with us this morning. If you think her love life is complicated on Desperate Housewives, well, wait till you hear what she has to say about real life. Also, what happened on her honeymoon and why she thinks women have got to learn to take the good toast, not the burnt toast The good all the toast. time. The good toast. She says that, you know, women have a habit of taking the leftovers, the burnt toast, instead of the other. And she wants everybody to stand up and say, no, That's I need what a that little of means. the good stuff, too. Good stuff. Robin's got the news.
I do, Diane. Thank you. 9/11 conspirator Zacarias Moussaoui gets one more chance to speak publicly this morning before he's formally sentenced to life in prison. The jury rejected some of the government's key arguments in deciding to spare Moussaoui's life. That angered some 9/11 victims' relatives, but not Carrie Lamack, who we spoke to earlier here on Good Morning America.
I thought about last night what I really wanted, and it was a hug from my mom. And I'm never going to get that again. And when I looked at the news and heard that he's going to be 23 hours a day alone, and then the next hour he's going to be outside of his cell, but he'll still be alone, it made me feel a little bit more relieved to think he never gets another hug from his mother again.
Moussaoui will spend the rest of his days in what's called the Alcatraz of the Rockies, the Supermax federal prison in Florence, Colorado. In Iraq, 2 U.S. soldiers were killed this morning in Baghdad. The vehicle they were in was struck by a roadside bomb. Also in the Iraqi capital, at least 10 people were killed in a suicide bombing near a courthouse. On Capitol Hill, the brave testimony of an internet sex victim. Masha Allen was adopted from Russia by a sex predator who posted thousands of pictures of her online. She wants Congress to crack down on the people who trade in child pornography.
People who are doing this should be afraid. We know who they are. A lot of people downloading these pictures are professionals. They are doctors and teachers and ministers. We are going to put their pictures on the internet and tell people what they're doing.
As bad as the abuse was, the teenager says it is worse knowing thousands of her pictures are still circulating on the web. In West Virginia this morning, public hearings on the Sago mine tragedy have been extended to a third and final day. A mining inspector took responsibility for the initial erroneous report that all the workers had survived. And most premature babies can fit in the palm of your hand. Not this newborn in California. Baby Olivia was born 1 month early. She's 14 pounds. She came via C-section after doctors worried about her size. Despite the weight and the early arrival, Olivia is home now and is just fine. I think somebody better do their math. That's just me. That's the latest news at 8:03. Here's the latest weather again to Mike.
And good morning. Got a spunky group of gals here from Breckenridge, Minnesota. Yes, they are very fired up and huge Vikings fans, might I mention there. I want to show you some pictures from time to time. I'd like to show you some pictures from around the country. This is from our affiliate WTAE in Pittsburgh, and look at this beautiful scene over 3 rivers there. Your Zen moment for the day. Got to enjoy that. They have a chance of some scattered showers. They'll get up around 74 today. Meanwhile, warmer in the northeast, 78 in Baltimore. Another hot and dry one in the southeast. Sarasota under red flag warnings this morning. Shreveport at 85. Could see some severe storms dry in the Midwest and then out west as well. Pleasant day, especially in the northwest. 78 degrees in Salem. That's a brief look at the national picture. Here's what's happening near you.
Great weather right now here, but oh boy, is this coming our way? Well, maybe in part by tomorrow evening to bring us some rain and thunderstorms for the Busch Series event. We're trying to improve that forecast, but your forecast for today needs no improvement. Sunny skies, the high of 85, maybe a passing shower tonight with a low in the upper 50s. Tomorrow, again, maybe an evening shower or thunder shower.
8 News Storm Tracker weather is brought to you by Bruce's Super Body Shops, where we always seem to meet by accident.
One idea now to do with all my paper plates in the cupboard when I get home. Not half bad. 8:05, Diane?
All right, thanks a lot, Mike. Well, now the no-holds-barred Simon Cowell. As you know, he became America's favorite meanie on American Idol, but he's branched out as co-creator of a new reality show, American Inventor, and you've seen it probably right here on ABC. He sat down with our Heather Nauert, and among other things, he ranks the egos of his colleagues on American Idol, and Heather joins us now from Los Angeles. Heather.
Good morning, Diane. We took a drive up the windy roads of Beverly Hills to get to Simon Cowell's mansion and to get a glimpse into his life. When we arrived there, he told us that in the 5 seasons the show has been on the air, 750,000 wannabes have subjected themselves to his criticism, yet only 2 have launched successful music careers, proving how right on target he is and how tough the music business is, which is why this idol maker insists that, get this, he's the right man for the job to fix America's public relations image. It's that kind of bravado we've come to expect. After Paris Bennett was voted off last night, there are now 4 contestants battling for the title of American Idol. And if you believe Simon Cowell, it's not a friendly competition.
You know, they don't really like each other that much. They think they do, but they don't. They don't want anybody else to do well. They want to win.
What is your prediction about who will win this year?
If I had to put my money on it, I think it will be between Chris or Taylor. But you can't rule out Catherine because she's just getting better and better.
Explain what it's like behind the scenes.
You've got 4 colossal egos, with mine being the smallest. in a very small
Come on.
space. I swear. No, no, everyone thinks it's me. It's not.
How is that? Explain.
Ryan's got the biggest ego, followed closely by Paula, then Randy, and then myself. Ryan would marry himself tomorrow. I mean, literally, he is the most egotistical person I have ever met in my life. And bearing in mind, I am based in Hollywood. That is quite a broad thing to say. But he has, and that's kind of one of the reasons why I like him. Paula's always had an ego. Randy's developed one. And so you put all that together, shake it all up, you get a few fireworks occasionally.
Fireworks or meltdown.
You've moved me from the beginning.
Some Idol fans worry about Paula Abdul's recent emotional behavior.
You are this handsome, evolved performer.
A lot of people are concerned about her.
That's Paula. I mean, she is, you know, a bit crazy, but that's the way she is.
There was a poll that came out that looked at the American Idol viewers. 1 in 10 Americans has voted for someone on American Idol. Does that surprise you?
No.
Not at all.
No, it doesn't surprise me at all. I thought it would be higher than that. I thought it would be 90%.
Also in the same poll, 35% believed that their votes counted just as much as their vote in the presidential election.
Well, yes, absolutely. Well, what if, and I'll throw this challenge out to President Bush, that we do President Idol? A couple of songs, bit of dancing, and I'll judge it. I'm more than happy to judge it. Maybe that's how we should decide the next president.
It was like, and I've said this before, like a horrible, horrible wedding performance.
Millions who know him as the caustic judge on American Idol
Screechy and annoying.
don't know that Simon Cowell is an international TV producer with 14 shows in the works, including American Inventor. Some contestants spend their life savings bearing their products and souls to skeptical judges. Do you ever feel sorry for those people who have spent all of their money to throw their money into the project?
There have been a couple of instances, Heather, where I almost wrote a check to a couple of people. Wow. But I thought if I do it for one or two, you're going to end up doing it for everybody, and I'm going to be broke.
Who do you predict may win?
I would like to see the guy who invented the car baby seat make the finals.
My invention is here.
In an accident, the baby seat spins in a shell, protecting the child.
But he's in a very, very tough group this week, probably the toughest group. And I genuinely don't know the outcome because I don't want to know the outcome.
Good Morning America was invited inside the lavish home Simon Cowell rents. Soon he'll move into his own mansion, and he's building another one in Beverly Hills. More stops for buses of tourists who already wait outside his gate. He admits he's not in this for the fame, but the fortune. There are recent published reports that American Idol pays him $36 million a year, and that he's worth more than $80 million.
There was a point in your life where you moved home and lived with your parents?
I was an 80s yuppie with a convertible Porsche, living beyond my means, etc., etc. And I lost all my money when I was 30. Literally lost everything. I owed the bank a fortune in money I'd borrowed, so I had to sell up everything and move back into my parents. And in hindsight, it was the best thing that ever happened to me.
What did you learn from that?
I learned that, A, don't believe the hype, deal in reality, don't borrow money, and now I appreciate the value of money much more than if that hadn't have happened to me.
Diane, money is something that Simon Cowell will never have to worry about again. When American Inventor is finished and the final winner is selected, he'll get a cut of the sales from that winning product. And of course, he already signs the American Idol winner to his record label. Diane?
Somehow all this doesn't surprise me. Not a sentimental guy when it comes to money. Thanks a lot, Heather. American Inventor airs tonight at 8 o'clock, 7 Central on ABC. Coming up next, our series, Hiding a Huge Secret. What about hiding a huge credit card debt? Can you get away with it?
Are you at home trying to sleep, but your mind is still at the office? Reviewing tomorrow's agenda, charting out the future? Maybe it's time for you to be the boss. Ask your doctor about Lunesta, even if you've never thought of taking a prescription sleep aid before. Lunesta is non-narcotic and approved for long-term use. And Lunesta can help you get a full night's sleep at last. Lunesta works quickly, so take it right before bed. Of course, do not use sleep medicines for extended periods without first talking to your doctor. Be sure you have at least 8 hours to devote to sleep before becoming active. Until you know how you'll react to Lunesta, you should not drive or operate machinery. Do not take Lunesta with alcohol. Most sleep medicines carry some risk of dependency. Side effects may include unpleasant taste, headache, drowsiness, and dizziness. For a great night's sleep, leave the rest to Lunesta. Ask your doctor.
There's nothing we love more than big home appliances, and we've got all the best waiting for you. Right now at Sears Days, use your Sears card and get cash back on any home appliance over $3.99. Buy one home appliance, save 10%. Buy two, save 15%. Buy three, save 20%. Or get 0% financing for 12 months. And free delivery with your Sears card. Whether you want a new home appliance or a few of them, now's the time. Get the best home appliances during the best time at Sears Days.
Buying a home is more than the number of bedrooms and bathrooms.
Can't imagine making a purchase like that without having someone you can trust.
Somebody with integrity protecting you.
Ethics are crucial.
Honesty and dependability.
I can't call myself a realtor unless I complete ethics training.
Realtors adhere to a strict code of ethics, so you know you'll be treated honestly. Ask if your agent is a realtor, a member of the National Association of Realtors.
They live and work by a code of ethics, and that was really important to me.
What could you do in 18 hours?
I could take my husband to lunch in Milan. I could shake things up a bit.
New from Playtex 18 Hour. Playtex's #1 bra now in an easy-on front close. All-day comfort and support.
In 18 hours, I could do anything.
Trane introduces the first central air system that removes up to 99.98% of the allergens from all the air that it heats or cools. Trane Clean Effects. See how it works at Trane.com.
Breathe in, breathe out. Restless, waiting for anything. So come on, come on, come on now. Let's go, let's jump right in, screaming to the wind, feed the fire within. I can't ignore this burning in my soul. Come on, baby, let's go.
There's a car company for people like that. Ford. Bold moves.
Now to a new series, Hiding a Huge Secret. We all have private information we like to keep to ourselves. This week, we want to share the stories of some folks who kept a big secret from friends, family, and co-workers. This morning, one of the biggest taboos, talking about money, what we make, what we owe.
Is she man or woman? Drum roll, please.
On talk shows, in magazines, and online, Americans are willing to talk about anything.
Please meet Betsy. She should be on her honeymoon, but instead she's cheating.
Anything, that is, except money.
Money. You usually just don't talk about money.
I don't talk about anything that has to do with money. No.
U.S. households with at least one credit card carried an average of nearly $9,500 in debt in 2005, nearly twice that of a decade ago, prompting analysts to call money America's dirty little secret. Helen Langen knows the burden of hiding financial crisis. Fresh out of college, she was working for the White House, traveling on Air Force One, rubbing elbows with world leaders.
I thought that, the opportunity to be in that environment was just, kind of a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. So it was great.
But while Helen was living out a dream, she was also hiding a nightmare.
My lifestyle was so busy and I was so conscientious about the work side of my life that the financial side kind of took a back seat.
What started out as a little bit of credit card debt quickly escalated to $20,000. Her credit rating plummeted, and getting financial approval to even rent an apartment proved challenging. After moving back to her home state of Utah, Helen finally revealed her financial secret to friends.
Helen has always known what she wanted. It was a little surprising to find out that she was carrying this debt.
Today, at age 29, Helen sticks to a budget. She still has $5,000 to pay off, but there's a light, she says, at the end of the tunnel. Financial expert with advice on getting out from under credit card debt, Money Magazine editor-at-large, Ellen McGirt. Thank you both for being here. Good morning. Hey, thank you for sharing your story. It's not, as we've said, it's not easy for people to talk about money and the problems that they had. How did you get in that situation, $20,000 in debt?
Well, you know, at the time I was so focused on my career goals. And I was right out of college, and you know, I essentially just I almost looked at it as an investment a little bit, but I certainly got more into debt than I expected. But I looked at, some people finish college and go straight to graduate school and incur debt, and I had this wonderful opportunity to launch my career in Washington, and so I incurred that debt that way.
And just doing the basics? I mean, just...
Oh, absolutely doing the basics. I think that's one of the biggest misperceptions.
So you weren't out buying a bunch of shoes and clothes, it was...
Yep, I was, you know, meeting basic needs, essentially, you know, and I had an entry-level position in a wonderful place, and that was my best, you know, option at the time. So.
And how are you doing now? Because you're back home in Salt Lake.
Yeah,
right?
I am back home in Salt Lake. I work at Westminster College in Salt Lake City, and I'm about to finish my master's degree there. And I actually was able to earn my master's degree free of debt because I work at a college, and so it's worked out really well. And I, of course, have paid off $15,000 of the $20,000. I'm on track to get the rest of it paid off in short order.
So, Ellen, tell me this. Helen is not alone. Because,
No,
what is it, $800 billion on credit cards Americans carry? $800 billion?
That's exactly right. That's you and me. That's everybody.
So people sitting at home this morning and they're going, you know what, I've got some debt on my credit card. Am I really in trouble, though? Am I really heading down this road? How do you know if you're in trouble?
One of the biggest red flags, if you are lying to people in your life, your loved ones, about what you owe or what you spend. You know, Helen is single, so she really didn't have this one, but this is the kind of financial secret that rips families apart. Quite frankly, you can negotiate with a creditor, but a breach of trust that derails a family can be forever. So if you're lying, you need to get on it right away.
So that's the first sign,
yeah.
if you're lying. What else do you know if you're in trouble?
Pretty much what Helen did. If you are charging your basic living expenses or taking cash advances for food, for transportation, for the things that should come from cash flow, your budget's out of whack and you need to find out why right away.
So if you're doing just the basics and having to charge that lets you know. Anything else?
You can't afford your life. If you can only afford to pay the minimum on your credit cards, or if your credit card interest rate is so high that you're unable to negotiate it down because your credit's taken a hit, then you're in over your head as well.
Okay, because we're doing something in a later segment talking about people who can actually call their creditors and negotiate with them to lower their interest rates.
I did that.
Did you do that?
Oh, absolutely. Right.
Well, how much were you able to lower it by doing that?
To be honest, I can't remember the exact amounts, but I remember as I was moving through the process of paying off cards, I started to call and get more confident and say, hey, could you, you know, and they were very happy to renegotiate because I was in good standing.
Yeah, you were a good
right, I was a good customer.
A good customer, which is kind of scary when you think about that. So what else can you do? What else can you do if you're in the situation that Helen was in?
You absolutely need to stop charging. When you're in a hole, stop digging. If you can't afford the life you're living, without credit, you can't afford the life that you're living, and that's going to mean cutting back on certain things, whether you're just eating out or brown bagging it, or maybe downsizing your car, or even choosing to live someplace else.
And pay off those high interest rates, because those interest rates, some of them are just out of this world.
That's right. Start with the high interest rate cards first.
Okay. And also ask for help. Don't be afraid to ask for help.
Absolutely. The people in your life need to know what's going on for you so they can support you. The pressure to overspend is social. If you've got goals, you got to let people know that you're not going to be around quite so much anymore, and do other things so they can support you. If you're really in trouble, seek expert advice with a credit counselor.
And how are you doing right now?
Oh, wonderfully. Wonderfully. I've got, like I said, all of my debt nearly paid off. All of it's now consolidated with a credit union to a very low interest final loan, and it's just, I mean, I can see exactly when it's going to be paid off, so it's great. And
it started with talking, and that's so key, isn't it, Ellen? That's so key to just get out there, ask for help, and let people know the situation you're in. Don't be ashamed of it.
You don't feel ashamed. You feel relieved. You can actually start brainstorming some strategies to get out of the hole that you're in. And 2 years later, look who we've got in front of us here, a shiny future.
Example, that's shining examples. Thank you both very much. Very, very effective. And our thanks to our friends at All You, the new magazine, which goes on sale exclusively at Walmart today, where we first saw Helen's story. Thank you for bringing it to us. For more tips on how to get yourself out of debt, visit our website at gma.abcnews.com, and we have much more tomorrow. It is now 21 minutes past the hour, and coming up, our special series, $100 a day in May. We'll meet a woman using our tips to share the wealth. She's spreading it around town. We'll tell you. Come on back.
Hey, I'm Freddy, a flushable, moist wipe.
Hey, Henry, hand soap.
We're made for the way kids, you know, go.
Honey's clean thing.
Goodbye, tricky, tangly toilet paper.
Easier, honey?
Yeah!
Hey, I'm pumped.
This is fun.
Honey's Clean Team.
For kid-friendly bathrooms.
Everywhere. Honey's Clean Team.
I have to go away again on business. Our mission is to get in and kidnap Davian.
Stand clear. If you can't believe what you see.
Buongiorno, padre.
Buongiorno. If you can't trust who you know.
I think we're being set up here.
Where's Jules?
If you think you've seen the impossible.
You don't have any idea what's going on, do you?
Think again.
We have 2 hours before she's dead.
Tom Cruise. Rated PG-13. In theaters everywhere. Tomorrow.
Have you seen my keys? I'm gonna find my wallet. My briefcase, I think. Did you word it? Oh, Kirby's. Sweetheart, overslept.
You're fine. Breakfast is almost ready.
Wait, I gotta be up at 6:03, rise and shine, you know? Gosh, look at the time.
Gosh, let's look at the time.
Jimmy Dean's sandwich.
Careful, it's hot.
Relax, babe. The sun, remember? I gotta go.
The day begins with a great breakfast. The delicious Jimmy Dean sandwich. Real breakfast, real fast.
Women go to great lengths to avoid white marks from their deodorant. But unless they're using New Degree Ultra Clear, those white marks may just show up later. New Degree Ultra Clear, 100% Little Black Dress approved.
Well, it's a cancer caused by a virus. I mean, I can't get over that. I want to tell anyone.
I just found out that cervical cancer is caused by certain types of a common virus. Cancer caused by a virus, HPV, human papillomavirus. I didn't know that.
I was stunned at how many people have HPV. I was stunned. Millions? That's insane.
For most women, HPV clears on its own, but for some, cervical cancer can develop. That's why it's important for you to talk to your doctor about Pap tests.
I feel like my responsibility is to just tell everybody that I know.
I just want to tell someone I love. I want to tell my sister. I want to tell my mom. I want to tell everyone I know. Tell someone.
Hey, it's Mike and Stacy. Leave a message.
Hey, guys. I keep calling. You're never there.
Hey, where are you guys?
Hello? Anybody home? Hello?
Get lost in your own backyard. The Home Depot makes it easy. Right now, get up to a $200 gift card by mail-in rebate with any patio furniture, grill, or lawn and garden power purchase of $199 or more.
The Home Depot. You can do it, we can help.
In sports, 5 games were featured in hockey action last evening. The front-running...
Need something? To find it locally, you need yellowpages.com.
Virginia Asset Management is proud to bring Darrell Green to Stony Point Fashion Park.
This is an 8 News Update.
It's 8:25 right now. This morning, we continue to follow a triple shooting out of Chesterfield County where a police officer was shot and killed, another officer injured. We want to show you a map of exactly where it happened. Here in the 3000 block of Toddy Street, you can see that's indicated by that gold dot there in the center of your screen. It's very near Chesterfield Avenue, which you can see on the map is just across the street from Virginia State University. Our 8 News reporter AJ Legault is live on the scene now with the very latest information. AJ?
Gwen, this quiet Ettrick neighborhood woken up this morning to the sound of gunfire as police became involved with a shootout with an armed suspect. One officer was killed, another injured. He's up at VCU Medical Center. I want to take you some video that was taken last night about 2 o'clock in the morning. We're told that officers arrived on the scene of a domestic dispute about 1:30 this morning. They began talking with a man now identified as 34-year-old William Anderson. Now, investigators tell us Anderson suddenly pulled a handgun and opened fire, his first shot killing an officer. Lieutenant Colonel Andy Scruggs with Chesterfield Police describes the shootout that ensued.
Anderson pulled a weapon and shot at the first officer, which was a fatal shot. The second officer engaged him in a gun battle. They exchanged shots back and forth.
The suspect, William Anderson, was killed in that gunfire exchange. Now, for more on the condition of the second officer who was also wounded, we go now to Amy Lacey, who's live at VCU Medical Center. Amy?
That's right, AJ. We are here live at VCU Medical Center. Just about 2 o'clock this morning, that second officer was airlifted here. He was taken to the field over at VSU and then brought here in medical helicopter. What we've learned right now, the latest information from police, is that that officer is in stable condition, though at this point the extent of his injuries is not known. We'll, of course, continue to dig for information, and we'll have continuing live coverage of this story later today on 8 News. Back to you.
All right, when we come back, Danielle has a check on traffic for your ride into work. Your time now is 8:27. We're back in a moment.
Stone. York's new Affinity Series air conditioning systems are sleek, quiet, and efficient. Jet black. And they come in colors as distinctive as you are. Champagne. Because people like color. Terracotta. The new Affinity Series from York. Get up to $1,500 cashback or special financing or extended warranties on select products.
Call today. In Richmond, Lakeside Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning. Serving Richmond, Blazer Service Heating and Air Conditioning. Also in Richmond, Central York Corporation.
When we started Direct over 14 years ago, we knew we wanted to be different. We knew we had to save people money on their auto insurance every day. We've done that, and we'll always do that. What do we mean when we say direct? It's simple. You're buying directly from the source, straight from the company. We don't use middlemen. Our agents are salaried employees. That's direct. That's how we're able to save you money on your auto insurance.
Save a lot of money when you buy direct.
These days, it seems like someone's always fishing for your business. But before you get hooked by a flashy limited time offer, remember this. Virginia Credit Union offers free checking, free online bill pay, strong savings rates, affordable loan options, and much more. To every single member, every single day. No strings attached.
$8:28, and our interstates are looking pretty good, but definitely have some delays. 64 westbound at the Chaco Valley. Also, I checked in with the Downtown Expressway, and they are all clear. Powhite Parkway, 1 to 2 minute delay northbound. This accident here, 2 vehicles, 95 southbound at the Bryan Park interchange. That would be exit 79. Let's scoot on over to an accident in Chesterfield County. Should be clearing up shortly. Robius and Huguenot Road. Have a great Thursday, everybody. Matt?
All right, your forecast for today. We have beautiful sunshine out there now. Temperatures in the low 60s, climbing to the upper 70s by the noon hour with a few high clouds. Partly sunny for your ride home, 83. Your high today in the mid 80s. Now, we'll see extra clouds move in tonight, maybe a passing shower with a low in the upper 50s. Tomorrow, just great weather. Well, all right, let's rephrase that. Better weather than we thought previously. We'll see some clouds and some showers for the Busch Series event, but that's going to clear out in time for the NASCAR event Saturday evening, so that's why there's some improvement.
And that is some good news.
Right.
More information on the officer shooting coming up for you at 8:56. See you then.
The $1 Million Chicken Recipe. What could it be? Tonight's Oprah.
Are you saying that you're going to go through with this wedding? Unless I tell you not to?
Terry Hatcher, of course, on Desperate Housewives. And as we know, she's a bundle of insecurities on the show, and she says, guess what? That's nothing compared to her insecurity in real life. And this morning, she's going to be with us, the real Terry Hatcher. She's got a new book out called Burnt Toast about insecurity and how you conquer it. And it's for everybody. Good morning, America. It's Thursday, May 4th, 2006.
Hope you didn't burn the toast this morning. Nice to have you with us in this 8:30 half hour. We're going to continue our special series, $100 a day in May. We'll meet a woman on a mission, finding money for her friends and neighbors using the tips that she learned right here on the broadcast. I watch all the tips on the broadcast. Hadn't brought me $100 a day yet, but and also, what is it like to be Tom Cruise's boss? Lawrence Fishburne is here. He's the guy who tells Tom Cruise in MI3 what to do, and we'll be talking to him in a few moments. He was just here last week with a nice, sweet little movie, Akeelah and the Bee, and now he's beating up the world in Mission Impossible.
That movie does not stop. I've never seen a movie that never lets up. It's really something. Before we go to the news, though, we want to bring you up to date on someone, well, everybody in New York is talking about, at least as they drive by, and we showed you what he's doing earlier this week. David Blaine, there he is. He is still in his personal aquarium. That is him napping at the bottom of it. He said that's hard because the pressure in your ears. He's now spent nearly 72 hours submerged, 2,000 gallons of water. It's not far from here, just up the road at Lincoln Center. And he says he's still having a little trouble with the skin on his hands and feet, but he's going to stick it out. He's got 4 more days to go until Monday, when he comes out live, holding his breath, he hopes, for a record amount of time on ABC television.
I'm certainly glad he's doing this so that I don't have to.
That's right, because otherwise you would be right there, wouldn't you?
You betcha. Let's go to Robin now with the news of the morning. Robin?
Okay, Charlie and Diane, thank you. 9/11 conspirator Zacarias Moussaoui appears in court one last time this morning before being formally sentenced to life in prison. Moussaoui will serve that time at the federal Supermax prison in Colorado in solitary confinement. Opening statements are expected in Maryland today in the second death penalty trial of convicted D.C. sniper John Muhammad. They'll follow jury selection from a pool of 80 people. Muhammad is facing 6 counts of murder in Maryland. He is acting as his own attorney. If oil companies are found to be gouging gas prices, it could cost them big time. A new measure passed by the House would hit the companies with fines up to $150 million and could send executives to jail. The Senate will now act on the bill. 2 trapped gold miners in Australia will have to stay put for at least 1 more day. Rescuers are delicately drilling through tons of rocks that buried them alive 9 days ago. They did make a hole big enough to slip them in several egg sandwiches and iPods to help them pass the time. And finally, a goat gone wild in a Dallas area school. Surveillance video caught the goat as he butted his head repeatedly on the glass door. He apparently thought he'd run into another male goat. He eventually broke through, took a stroll of the school before animal control ended his adventure. And that is the latest news at 8:33. The latest weather again to Mike.
And good morning, Robin. Great story here. All this month we've been showing you how you can make or save $100 a day. And you may remember on Monday we met 2 people who combined found some $25,000 they didn't even know existed, money that was hidden away in lost financial accounts. Well, you've been writing us in droves to tell us about all the big bucks you've been finding, and one of our viewers, Lori Lake Toms, is with us this morning. And Lori, using our tips, found gobs of money not just for herself, but for her family and friends as well. We welcome Lori and her daughter Casey with us this morning. So you were inspired by Monday's show. We handed out a couple of big checks, and so you got online and had some fun, right?
After seeing the show, I got online and I typed in my husband's name. Lo and behold, there I find an account that's been sitting there for a long time. So next thing you know, I said, okay, I'm going to type in the place that he just started working for. And I said, okay, typed it in, 4 accounts popped up. So then I said, wait a minute here. I printed it out and said, well, maybe he'll get a raise or something or a bonus if I give this to him to give to his boss. So then next thing you know, what I did is I emailed all my friends and said, here you go. This is the link to this website. Check it out. And I said, oh, they're too lazy. They're not going to do this. I'm going to have to do it for them. So I pulled out my Christmas card list, started going through the index, started at letter A and went all the way down, and I found 38 accounts. Wow. When I was on the phone yesterday, in 5 minutes, I found, for my friend Peggy Kipp, I found 2 accounts of hers, 2 accounts of her deceased mother's, and 2 accounts for the business that she works at. So there was 5 minutes in a conversation that her and I were on the phone discussing school issues at St. Rose.
You should ask for a commission.
I've been trying to get 10%, you know?
I understand you also plugged in everybody's name here on the show.
I plugged in ABC, and I found some there.
Yeah, come on.
There's a bunch, but I wasn't sure of your address.
Oh.
I plugged in your name, and I found some bars, but like I said, I don't know who's you. I don't know your family.
Well,
and I did Charlie, Diane, and Robin, all of them. And I'll leave them here, and you guys can look at them at your leisure.
I appreciate that, Lori. You should get a commission. We want to remind people as well about the tips, because I know people are going to email and call us. And we want to remind folks of Melody Hobson, our financial guru here on the show. And she said, this is what you need to do. We got a little graphic for her. First of all, most times unclaimed funds end up in state treasuries. Right there, so look in the local paper as well. Or you can go to your state treasury website or contact your state treasurer, and our $100 a day series will continue. You can also go to gma.abcnews.com and find out all the information that's there. We've got all the tips. Real quick weather, want to show you this just briefly. Some cool temperatures out there, a warm up on the northeast coast, some severe thunderstorms around the Midwest into the Tennessee Valley, and pretty nice and pleasant out there in the west. That's a brief look at the national picture. Here's what's happening near you. Good morning, everybody. Beautiful sunshine out there. 77 at noon, 83 at 5 o'clock. Your high today in the mid-80s. Maybe a passing shower tonight, 58. Tomorrow, some sun with clouds, late-day showers and storms clearing out for Saturday. find anything yet, Lori?
Find anything?
Nothing for me? No money yet?
No, I've got 5 names upstairs that I'll give to you, leave to you.
This portion of weather brought to you by yellowpages.com. Diane?
Okay, Mike, thanks to both you and to Terry. Also now, Desperate Housewives star Terry Hatcher. She has a new book out called Burnt Toast and Other Philosophies of Life. And as we said, they are lessons she has learned about overcoming insecurity. In fact, she writes how to make sure you don't wake up at age 80 and ask, what was I doing with my life? Her book starts with some little things. For instance, she says women have to spend a day, a week, not being so hard on themselves. When you finished writing it, what did you learn about yourself that you didn't know before you started the book?
Wow. Oh, my gosh. Well, I joke in the intro that I'm writing the book because I need to read it. There are some really great things that I need to hear about how to take care of yourself, you know, how to not go down the dark, deep rabbit hole of pain and how to pull yourself out of that. That's really in there. And you know, I'm a person who can be very strong and very wise, and I'm a person who can be very fragile and very insecure. And I liked rereading it, actually.
Insecure, self-sacrificing.
Yeah.
Hatcher says the title Burnt Toast is a metaphor for women who too often give themselves the leftovers.
You know, I think with women, we can all relate to our lunch ends up being whatever's left on the kids' plates. Oh, I'll just eat that, I'll eat that, I'll eat that. And the idea of burnt toast is sort of like in the morning if you make all the toast, and it just seems like typically women will take, oh no, you take the good piece, and I'll just take what's left. I'll take that piece.
I'm going to cover just quickly some topics in the book. No sex on the honeymoon?
No, I got a lot of shells, a big collection of shells. But the thing with the sex was, I was shooting the cover of this book, actually. Somebody else at the photo shoot said, I didn't have sex on my honeymoon either. And then I realized it was kind of a little jumping off point of how we are all more the same than we think we are. You know, that we're all kind of having these feelings and difficulties that we don't realize everybody else is having.
Also in the book, those tabloid accusations that her skinny legs were an eating disorder.
I've always been thin. And I sent you all these pictures of me since I was 18 with the exact same skinny legs that I have now, you know.
In fact, Hatcher is an avid baker, not long ago making me cookies in her kitchen.
You know, I haven't had a boyfriend, and I don't even know if I could ever call anybody a boyfriend. I mean, I'm really slow, really, really slow.
The illustrations in the book use Hatcher's beloved oven as a way to look at her dating life.
I love that. Yeah, once burnt, twice shy, and all the men are in the oven, and I'm basting them. All my girlfriends have been setting me up lately, and they're not doing well.
We saw,
so they're all fired.
We saw your waving goodbye to Ryan Seacrest and George Clooney. Everybody fired out there.
Yeah, but there are, I mean, I had a girlfriend, this is in the book, literally set me up with what turned out to be a con artist, and he was making our date reservations as he was arrested in her driveway. You know, that happened to me. Like, who does that happen to? You can't make that up. You can't make that up. So there's story after story of those kind of dating things.
Are you convinced that Emerson has broken the burnt toast cycle?
I hope so. You know, but she doesn't think about it like that. You know, she doesn't analyze it, I guess, the way I do. And I'm getting better at not eating the burnt toast. I haven't stopped eating it all the time. I think I probably never will.
And in fact, the book is full of recipes for overcoming fear and insecurity. The kind she had even after she became Desperate Housewives star Susan, panicking as it began.
I was thinking, I don't know who Susan is, I don't know what I'm doing, I don't know how to act, I don't know anything. So I went up to the producer, you know, like an idiot, and I said, you know, I don't think I know how to do this, like week after week. And he just knew exactly what to do, because he stopped me and he goes, I want you to do this, you know, I want you to look in the mirror and say, I'm Terry Hatcher, the bad things are past and only good things are to come. And, you know, he was right.
I am Terry Hatcher. I'm going to say that in the mirror, too.
Oh, no.
I'm going to say in the mirror, I am Terry Hatcher.
And all the bad stuff is done and only good things are to come.
Yes. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.
And you can see additional clips from the interview with Terry Hatcher, gma.abcnews.com, and read more from the book. Coming up next, the great actor. And not just because he's here and can hear me, Lawrence Fishburne.
Saving you up to 40% on energy bills. You'd think I deserve a little gratitude. Yuck. I know.
Right now, get up to a $1,100 rebate with Cool Cash and special financing on a Carrier Infinity heat pump system.
Can I hear it for low energy bills? Hey, thanks. Thanks a lot.
Carrier. Turn to the experts.
Call Vassar's Service to find out how you can save up to $1,100 on a Carrier system.
This is Michelle. She's an Epic pharmacist and her own boss, and that's important to you, isn't it?
Yes, it is.
Why, when you're running a pharmacy, is it important to be your own boss?
Because you should be able to treat customers the way you feel is right, with respect.
Respect is important.
Yes.
R-E-S-P-E-C-T. Find out what it means to me. Sock it to me, sock it to me, sock it to me. Get to know your Epic pharmacist better. Call us at 1-800-965-EPIC. You respect just a little bit. Just a little bit. Little bit.
Spring is here, and the Wicker Gallery's bursting with casual furniture and accessories. Bedroom, kitchen, living room. Whether you buy one piece or buy for your entire home, let the Wicker Gallery's friendly staff guide you through the largest selection of casual home furnishings on the East Coast. Take home today all-weather wicker for outdoor living enjoyment. Shop early for the best selection of specials, closeouts, and one-of-a-kinds, and unbelievable savings. Get on-time delivery and refresh your home with spring savings from the Wicker Gallery today. West Broad, a half-mile west of Glenside Road and Highway 64, Richmond.
Prospect Homes, your first choice in a new home, introduces Spring Creek, a gated golf course community just 28 minutes west of the 288 and I-64 crossroad. Enjoy the good life living on Virginia's newest and finest golf course. Spring Creek offers luxurious homes nestled in gentle rolling hills of Louisa County. It's the home you've always dreamed of. And Prospect Homes offers $40,000 of free upgrades for homes priced below other builders. Get a better luxury home at a better price and just 28 minutes away. For more about any of our great communities, you'll find us at prospecthomes.com.
There's something that Linda doesn't know about, Dad.
You are about to unleash a nuclear explosion.
I'm gonna do something so awful. It is going to destroy her.
An all-new Desperate Housewives, Sunday at 9/8 Central, only on ABC. The average person can hold their breath underwater for 1 minute. David Blaine will attempt to do it for a record-breaking 9. David Blaine, Drowned Alive. Monday at 8/7 Central, only on ABC.
All this May, the biggest mornings are on.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning, America.
And how's this for big? GMA helped this man find $12,000, and this woman found $11,000. How? With Good Morning America's $100 a day in May, big month-long event. Now, GMA will show you how to find $100 a day or more, where you least expect it, all this May. And couldn't you use an extra $100 a day? Start your day good to go and a little richer with Good Morning America, tomorrow on ABC.
Tom Cruise was not the only Mission Impossible 3-star mobbed by fans in Rome. That's Lawrence Fishburne, the outstanding actor at the European premiere last week. The movie opens tomorrow here in the United States. They had 4 premieres here in the city of New York. It just gets bigger. I don't know why you have 4 premieres for a movie that has 3 in the title, but anyway, that's what the publicity people wanted to do. And Lawrence Fishburne went along on a subway ride with Tom Cruise to the first of the premieres. But Lawrence at least was smart enough to only go to 1 of the movies. Cruise, I gather, tried to make all 4. But it's great to have you here.
It's great to be here. How you doing?
I'm very well. You were just here last week, and I can't imagine 2 more contrasting movies. Akeelah and the Bee, which is a very quiet, small, lovely story.
Yes.
And this, which...
the big summer blockbuster movie.
Grabs you by the neck, beats you over the head, slams you against the ground.
Yes, and delivers.
Punches you in the face.
Yes, it's relentless.
Yeah.
Yes.
So that's really, it's an apple and an orange that you're talking about.
Yeah, and I couldn't have planned it. I mean, I made Akeelah sometime in 2005 and Mission Impossible 3 later in 2005. It just so happened that they've been opened a week apart from each other, but it's great. I mean, it's fantastic.
Fan of the television series?
Oh, yeah. Big fan of the television series.
Peter Graves.
Used to run home. Peter Graves, Barbara Bain, Greg Morris, Leonard Nimoy, Peter Lupus, Martin Landau.
Peter Lupus, that's somebody people normally forget. Yeah, so you really did watch
Oh, yeah. I used to run home to get to the television set. Yeah.
Watch the tape burn.
Watch this match get lit, man. I was right there.
All right, we have a scene. You are Cruise's boss.
I am, the head of the IMF. Head of the Impossible Mission Force.
Who we think might be a bad guy.
It's possible.
It's possible. Who deals rather toughly at times with Tom Cruise. Take a look.
It's unacceptable to judge Agent Ferris's competence based
It's unacceptable the chocolate makes you fat, but I've eaten my share, and guess what? Now, I approved Agent Ferris's surveillance op based on your evaluations, Mr. Hunt, of a woman who allowed herself to be captured. So you go to recover her. You encounter a dozen men. You don't grab any of them?
Our objective, Mr. Brass, was to recover Agent Ferris. David employs a cellular structure to his organization. The men there more than likely had no information.
Who's drawing these conclusions? Is it you?
I am, sir, based upon...
I'm not on you yet.
What is it? This is a strange question to ask you. What do you think makes me want to watch Lawrence Fishburne when I go to a movie?
I'd like to think it's because I'm a really good actor, and that's about the best I got for you.
But there is something compelling about you. I want to take you back a little bit through the career.
Sure.
I was very aware of you, young man, 19. I actually saw the movie in 80, though it came out in 79, I think, in Apocalypse.
Okay.
Apocalypse Now.
Yeah, sure.
And you were arresting on the screen.
Well, thanks.
One of the most amazing things to me is after doing Apocalypse Now, one of the most fascinating and beautifully made movies ever, a few years later you're on Pee-wee's Playhouse?
Yeah.
Now that is really strange. And I want to take you back. We have one of our writers who saves clips of everything.
Okay.
We have you on Pee-wee's Playhouse.
All right.
Take a look.
Let's ride. Let's ride.
All right. Hi, Cowboy Curtis.
Hey, what you looking at there?
See for yourself. Hey, the Cowboys dance, Curtis?
Well, yeah, but not like that, Pee-wee. Cowboys like to square dance.
Now, what makes a great actor, to use the term I just heard a few moments ago,
yes.
after he's done Apocalypse Now, go back and do that?
Well, I had never done any comedy. I was out of work. I was broke. Paul Rubens was a good friend, and he heard I was broke. And he just called and said, would you come audition for this thing? I went down, and I had just finished doing a picture with Coppola where I had played somebody who was in the Army, and I had very, very short hair, so I had to have some hair, so I grabbed a wig and put on this thing, and
Well, it actually goes way back. We really go back. We even saved the picture of you when you played Peter Pan in 3rd grade.
You've got that picture?
There it is.
Brilliant!
Arresting. You always watch Lawrence
guys are
Fishburne
bad.
when you see him on camera. And it's not just Lawrence who says that he is indeed a great actor. And Mission Impossible 3 opens in theaters tomorrow. All the best to you.
Thank you so
Come on
much.
back. What movie are you going to be here for next week?
Something called Five Fingers maybe next week.
Great. All right.
Yeah.
You come back anytime.
Okay.
All right. We take a break. We'll be back. Stay with us.
All outdoor on sale at Garden Ridge. Save $50 to $150 on all patio sets. This 5-piece steel patio set, $239. 5-piece high dining set, just $249. 25% off all patio cushions. 25% off all ceramic and light pottery. 25% off all garden fountains. Everything you need for outdoor decorating and entertaining. All on sale at Garden Ridge.
No hospital in Richmond is better prepared for this moment. We have Richmond's only dedicated heart hospital. Richmond's only neuroscience and gamma knife center. A community cancer center with the highest accreditation. 2 trauma centers. And Richmond's first certified primary stroke center. This is CJW. There is a difference between hospitals. Choose wisely.
You know what's weird? Most steakhouses order their steak pre-cut and then ship it in. Don't they know that pre-cut beef loses most of its flavor before they can even cook it? Seems like a waste of good old USDA to me, assuming it is U.S. beef. What is marsupial? that French or something?
Where in the U.S. is CLR? CLR is everywhere, taking on America's toughest cleaning problems. Take thick calcium residue, like the kind left on windows from the mist of this mighty waterfall. CLR takes it off immediately. CLR's in the desert, taking on heavy mineral deposits in tap water. The kind of tap water that can clog shower heads terribly. Just dip them in CLR and it clears it right up. Where in the U.S. is CLR? Anywhere there are tough calcium, lime, and rust stains. CLR. We show you clean. Available at fine retailers everywhere.
I'm Elizabeth Vargas. Tonight on World News Tonight, desperate drivers, desperate measures. What some Americans are doing to get gasoline, the money-saving tricks, both legal and illegal, that you have to see to believe. On World News Tonight.
And we also want to alert you that tonight there's an extraordinary true crime story on prime time. You're going to meet a woman who solved her own cold case. Terry Jentz launched her own investigation into the brutal attack that changed her life and once again looked into the face of danger.
I opened my eyes and I saw, standing over me, a meticulously dressed cowboy torso, straddling me on each side. But I could see it poised above me was an axe or a hatchet. And I looked up at him and I opened my eyes and I said, "Take anything, but leave us alone."
And you can see all of that incredible story tonight at 10 o'clock, 9 Central on ABC's Primetime, along with the Mary Cheney interview. Tomorrow, by the way, Terry Jentz will join us live on Good Morning America. We'll be back after a break.
For quality meats and produce, come to Kroger and save during the Farmers Market Sale and all-new Beef Roadshow. Find fantastic savings throughout the produce department on crisp sweet corn, fresh broccoli and celery, and much, much more. Then head over to Kroger's meat department. You'll save on whole boneless ribeyes, whole beef top sirloins, and even Tyson chicken breast. The Farmers Market Sale and Beef Roadshow, now through Saturday, only at Kroger.
From heat pumps to faucets, water heaters, and gas logs, Gherkin does it all. Remember, if it's not working, call Gherkin. 741-6630.
I'm not so sure how I feel about this.
Sweetie, it's just my imagination expressing how the moo latte makes me feel. Don't be such a baby.
Yeah, a baby. There's a half-naked man in my living room holding my wife, and his hair is blowing in the wind.
Would you feel better if his hair wasn't blowing in the wind?
A little.
Get carried away by the new hazelnut moo latte at Dairy Queen. And this year, show Mom you care with a DQ Mother's Day cake.
Exit ramp 14. Left on Madison. Turn right. In 50 feet.
Life comes at you fast. From fender benders to the completely unexpected, Nationwide Insurance has you covered.
Nationwide is on your side.
Saving you up to 40% on energy bills. You'd think I'd deserve a little gratitude. Yuck. I knew.
Right now, get up to a $1,100 rebate with Cool Cash and special financing on a Carrier Infinity heat pump system.
Can I hear it for low energy bills? Hey, thanks. Thanks a lot.
Carrier. Turn to the experts.
Call WG Speaks to find out how you can save up to $1,100 on a Carrier system.
Good Morning America is brought to you by Home Depot. You can do it, we can help.
Cinco de Mayo tomorrow.
And I have an inner Latina. I do.
Yeah.
I'm going to get in touch.
Okay, then.
We're all going to celebrate tomorrow.
We'll see you then. Take care.
Okay.
Want more Good Morning America? We know you do. Now, get all of GMA and so much more, even while in your car. Stay connected to GMA with ABC's Good Morning America Radio, only on XM Satellite Radio. And be good to go.
Tom Cruise and the cast of Mission Impossible 3, tomorrow on All New View.
Tuesday,
The avian flu is here.
ABC presents a world premiere event that's one step ahead of the headlines.
There is no escape.
Fatal Contact, Bird Flu in America, Tuesday at 8, 7 Central, only on ABC.
This is an 8 News Update.
Good morning, everyone. I am Gwen Williams, 8:56 now. We continue to cover this breaking news down in Ettrick this morning, where one police officer is dead and another is injured after a triple shooting that happened overnight in Chesterfield. This is a map of where it happened. You can see the gold circle there in the center of your screen. That is the 3000 block of Toddy Street near Chesterfield Avenue, which again is just across from Virginia State University. Our 8 News reporter AJ Legault is live on the scene now with the very latest information.
Gwen, officers still here on the scene, as you can see behind me, of this deadly shootout that left one Chesterfield County police officer dead and another wounded. A suspect, a man by the name of William Anderson, he's 34 years old, was also killed in the shootout. We're going to take you down to some video that was shot just minutes ago of the crime scene as technicians are going over it along with detectives, trying to piece together exactly what led up to this deadly shootout. And we're told that the officers responded to a domestic dispute shortly before 1:30 this morning. They began talking with a man that I said now has been identified as 34-year-old William Anderson. Investigators tell us Anderson just suddenly pulled a pistol and opened fire, his first shot killing a police officer. A gun battle between the second officer, his partner, and a suspect ensued. Both of them were hit. William Anderson fatally. Now that second police officer is up at VCU Medical Center. We're told he's in stable condition with multiple gunshot wounds. We're going to have much more on this story for you today on 8 News at noon. Reporting in Chesterfield County, AJ Legault, 8 News.
All right, real quick, that forecast today, temperatures climbing into the upper 70s at noon, 83 at 5 o'clock. Showers and thunder showers for tomorrow evening, but drying out for the Saturday event.
All right, join us back here today on 8 News at noon.
8 News Storm Tracker Weather is brought to you by Bruce's Super Body Shops. Remember, the insurance company doesn't repair your car. We do.
The lowest prices of the season are in season at Sears Days, where you'll find low prices on all the Craftsman power you need to make your yard a cut above. Sears Days happens twice a year at just one place, Sears.
I have 4 dogs, 2 toy poodles, a pug, and an 85-pound Labradoodle. So between the muddy footprints and the occasional accidents we have, you can imagine the abuse that my tile and carpet take. I love Stanley Steamer. We have them out at least 3 times a year. They always make everything smell fresh and look fresh, and that is important with 4 dogs.
Call today about our $99 special.
Call 1-800-STEAMER. Stanley Steamer gets carpet cleaner.
It roamed the halls at night, casting its frightening shadow over the den and the living room. It was the puppy with the full bladder. Her only hope was new Spot Shot. Spot Shot has 4D cleaning power to attack those stains, even the old ones. It cleans, deodorizes, protects, and can even take on the girl with a million markers. Spot Shot. What sting?
Contact your local farmers